I don't know how common it is, but it's nice to see faces with names. But that's of course up to you to decide if you want to be visible or not. But I think interaction is more
Yeah.
personal when we see each other. But um, that's just a side note. Yeah, happy to know that there are people
Yeah.
in the webinar. Um, I think I will give you a short intro into what Mudgenes is about, how we started, what the philosophy is, and from there onwards we will dive into your questions and we can hopefully have a good interaction. Um, yeah, so let me start with no, not really a presentation, but at least some visuals that you can see. So, how did this uh, all start? So, 12 years ago, Mudgenes erupted from an idea of applying the circular economy to the denim industry, and it originated with the idea of starting a lease model and also enabling people to return their jeans to us and uh, from there onwards make new products. That was an idea, and that was not yet practically tested, and there were a lot of yeah hurdles to be taken from there onwards. But it's how we started, and that was the starting point of a new idea actually. And what did that entail? So when coming up with the idea, we were not aware of all the impact it would have on us as a company and doing things basically reverse from how things were done up to now. What does it mean when you want to apply the circular economy to one second. Um, what does it mean? So you start with talking to suppliers and you ask them, can you process old jeans into new jeans? It's something that they have not done before and they have to think about, and it's complicated for them. Luckily, we had good relationships and we had dedicated partners that had a similar philosophy as us, where we said, okay, we need to change something because the way the denim industry is working right now is not it's not manageable into the long future. So we had partners on that side. Then we had to start talking with our logistics partners because you want to use old jeans into your new jeans. It means you need to get them back from your customers and you need to transport them from that customer to a hub to the supplier, which is typically not in Northern or Western Europe, but more in the southern countries. So that posed us for new challenges, but also those we overcame, and we set up a logistics system where both stores and end consumers were able to return their jeans to us, and we were in yeah in close relation with the supplier. We were able to ship those to the manufacturer, and from there onwards they were processed into fibers. Um, so this goes to show basically that on each part that you typically have in the supply chain, you have to re-engineer your whole process. And to be very honest, it actually starts already when you do the design of your garment. So you need to start thinking, what do I do by the time this garment becomes worn out? How can I reuse the raw materials again and again in my products? And that's yeah, this would basically be a small bridge to some of the questions that you already brought into us. So how important is it to partner up with your supply chain? Well, it's extremely important, especially as a young small company. You need support to execute your ideas, and you need people that have the same mindset and the same philosophy to make this work. And luckily, there are partners like that. Our first partner in this was Tejidos Royo in Spain, who did this together with Recover. Actually, they're both in Valencia, Alicante area, and they have been essential in the beginning for us to make this work. Then there's a point where you come to aesthetics and quality. That's another challenge that you encounter, especially in the beginning, because you're doing something new, and an idea is something else than a product. So that requires a lot of testing, trials, but also errors. And you learn from your mistakes, and that's something that we have encountered in the beginning, especially when you think you have something good, but then later on, when people start wearing it and you start using it, you still encounter flaws that you need to overcome. So it's becoming a large learning curve for all the parties involved. And that's basically how we started 12 years ago, with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of ideas and a lot of struggles. Today we are, I would say, a grown-up company, in the sense that we have mastered quite of the challenges that we encountered, and we have a a product that is comparable to a mainstream denim product, I would say. That doesn't mean that we have arrived where we want to be. There's still a lot to gain. We are always striving for a higher percentage of post-consumer waste in our products. On the dyeing side, on the indigo side, there are things to improve. The reverse logistics can be improved, so there's still a lot to do. But yeah, that's in short the road that we followed so far. And yeah, I'd be happy to dive more into specific questions and to hear from you, and again to see you as well. But it doesn't seem to be feasible.
Okay, thank you, Dion. That was very insightful, and I think it definitely answers some of the questions. Now we can maybe do one first round of questions, and maybe one by one you can also all introduce yourselves. Maybe let's start with Annabelle. Is Annabelle in the room?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, so my name is Annabelle, and I'm a student from the KU Leuven University. And we do a research around sustainability in the fashion industry. So that's where my questions are from. So one of my questions is, what circular strategy does your company use to extend the lifespan of jeans and reduce the material use?
Me, Paolo? Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. So what? So there are several techniques or processes that we use to enhance the longevity of the jeans. Of course, it starts with making high quality jeans, in the sense that you have all kinds of testing, and you need to meet certain parameters to fulfill the quality standards that we are working with. Of course, there is this factor that is beyond our control, and that is how consumers use their jeans. That can be ranging from sitting in the car once a week with the jeans to outdoor hiking and lots of outdoor activities with lots of friction to stones or whatever. So that's one part that we are unable to control. But nonetheless, we are working also with a testing company. It's called Testex, and they have started a certification standard for circularity and for durability. It only launched last year. We were together with one other outdoor company, the first two companies to be participating in this standard, and they had a huge list of questions, tests, and standards that the jeans would be subject to, and we were very happy to be able to conclude that our jeans met those standards and indeed were fit for longevity and for circularity. In terms of circularity, one aspect that is also important is, of course, repairability, which for a pair of jeans is it's not the easiest match, I would say, because the construction of a pair of jeans is quite complicated, and it's not like certain, I would say, like radios or more other products that you can easily disassemble and reassemble. So we do work with quite some with the party which is called Mended to also offer repairs. In terms of product construction, we have not been able to like apply certain repairable techniques in our product yet, where you could maybe take off a pocket and reattach it. That's just not feasible yet, I would say, for jeans. But so all in all, we have a lot of points of attention that we are working on for this. But there's always more to aim for, I would say.
Thank you, Dion. I hope that answers your question, Annabelle. Let's move on to Anubis.
Hello, everyone. Do you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I am also a student at the KU Leuven, and I work together with Annabelle on the research about sustainability in the fashion industry. And a question that I had was, what are the reasons or motivations that your company has to develop a strong circular business model?
That's been there have been several reasons. The founder, Bert van Son, and myself and other people in the company have been in the fashion industry for a long time. We've seen good things, but we've also seen many bad things. And from that, the first inspiration came to decide to do things in the better way. Besides that, there's so many clear indicators that things need to change, and that can be on so many areas. It can be on on food, on housing, or energy, whatever. Our specialty and our expertise was garments, and then specifically denim. And then also knowing that denim is one of the most sold garment types in the world. Plus, it has a lot of impact during its production. that made us decide to dive into this topic and do things differently. So yeah, that would be the motivation, and then quite soon we encountered possibilities to do so, and of course there have been already initiatives in for instance, using organic cotton or those type of directions, which are definitely a good movement as well. But we quite soon already noticed that applying the circular economy, reusing the old materials of your garment into the new one, is the most sustainable and has the lowest impact on the world around us when producing. So that was quite an easy decision to take that route of circularity, actually.
If I may add, it's also about taking waste away from landfill and using waste as new resources. So that's also the main thing about using the old jeans, because we really want to recreate value from waste. That's quite important for us. Okay, we can go on with Gabriela.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm Gabby, but I study in the Netherlands. But I think my question is a bit different, and I just got the email for this like 2 hours ago. And I'm sorry that I couldn't send my questions before, as it was mentioned. But my question is a bit different, so maybe I can ask it at the end. It's not.
You can also ask it now. It's even if it's a bit different, that's gonna bring more excitement to the session, maybe. So yeah, do it.
Okay, so my question is not that much research based. It's more like for my thesis, I have to do a design research report, which in my email, the question was if that will be able to do with your company. And since I study events management, it's basically if you have a problem or some area in your company that you want to improve, it will be my task to research and see how that can be made through some kind of event or experience connected to the customers. So my question was if that's something that your company will be open to discuss further.
Okay, and maybe you can also send me an email about this.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
can, go step by step. Maybe, it's exactly not the right
Yeah, that's what I
environment.
mean, but yeah,
I
that's what I
understand.
got a response. So if you can write me your email in the chat so I can then send the request to you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do
Thanks.
that. Okay, there it is.
Great. Thank you. I will send you an email about it.
Okay, so next, maybe, Katarina. Get your camera on.
Yes, yes. Hi, I hope you can hear me all right. Correct me if I'm wrong, just one question in this round, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm from Leiden University and I'm investigating the operational realities of smaller circular brands that are based in the Amsterdam area specifically. And my first question to you would be, it's more related to the industry rather more so than Mud Jeans as a company itself. Is if you believe that smaller sustainability-driven brands, so circular brands, carry this disproportionate share of this responsibility in driving industry change in the fashion industry specifically.
Whether we feel like that.
Yes, it's more opinion-based, if you will.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paolo.
Yeah, I think, I think maybe, yes, somehow there's some sort of responsibility, but I think it's because like all of us who work in math, for example, really believe in what we're doing. So I don't think we feel responsibility or pressure from the industry itself, but I think we really want to be the ones driving it. But as far as responsibility, I think bigger brands that actually have like huge production lines and are the ones that are wasting most, I think if we think about policy, if we think about like, more law and stuff like that, they should be the ones held accountable. Like, I think we are a lot in the conversation because we're small and we are also part of lots of research projects. And we're also very open-minded and we're open to testing and to finding new ways. Um, so I think, yeah, there's some sort of responsibility within us, but I think it comes from like the value of the brand itself and like why, the reason why the brand started with recycling jeans into new jeans, because this is really part of the values of the company. And one of our values is also responsibility. So yeah, I think that's what it is.
And if I can add one thing to that, indeed, Paolo, very clear answer indeed, is that from a personal point of view, I've worked in bigger companies before, where aiming for these kind of innovations and responsible ways of doing things was not really an option. There are so many other interests that prevent these initiatives from being developed, that moving towards a smaller company and doing things yourself was, and in many cases still is, the best way to make waves, I would say. So that's my experience as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so who hasn't asked yet? Maybe Marilu?
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm from University of Hamburg and I'm currently doing my master thesis on product service systems, so leasing and renting of products. That's why I came across with mud jeans. And my question would be, as renting a jeans is not so common yet, did you encounter resistance from your customers at the beginning? And since you're already in the market for longer, did the customer preferences has changed since the introduction of mud jeans?
No, we didn't really encounter resistance, and that probably also has to do with the fact that we offer both options, so you can either buy it or lease it. So that makes that people can decide themselves which way they wanna go. On the other hand, internally we did encounter a lot of challenges and struggles to implement these kind of this way of providing services and products, and that has been a very steep and interesting learning curve. But from a consumer point of view, I think it's been mainly embraced and appreciated that the option was provided, and it helped us a lot in our brand awareness and also creating awareness on what we are doing and why we are doing it, and that is explaining that worn out jeans still have a value and that they should be returned. So that's always been the objective of offering the lease system, to create awareness around this topic.
Great, thank you.
And we also have Leanne.
Hello, we are Nora, Lien, and Nika, and we are students at Sancta Maria Castere. For our final project, we are researching slow fashion. The question we want to ask is, how does the choice of sustainable materials affect the selling price of your product? And what aspect of this sustainable production costs the most money?
Good question. Do you want to take it, Paolo, or shall I?
It's my production thing. You go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yes, it definitely affects the prices a lot. In our case, it has I would say there's a triple effect on how it affects the prices. So it starts with taking back old garments and the logistics around that. That's a cost factor that other brands don't have and that we have to take into consideration, and that's part of our operational costs. Then when you reach the processing and the making of new yarns and new fabrics, it involves a different process. So instead of having virgin cotton, they first need to create cotton out of old jeans, means taking it apart, processing it into new fibers and yarns, which is more difficult than using virgin fibers. So that's definitely a cost impact as well. And then we've decided not to use conventional cotton for the remaining part. So we use recycled cotton in combination with virgin cotton, and that virgin cotton we always wanted to be organic cotton, and organic cotton is again more expensive than conventional cotton. So that those three factors already impact the manufacturing price, and then we also decide to do other things. For instance, in the laundry, when jeans are washed and processed in industrial laundry, it can be done in a conventional way with where a lot of water is used and disposed, chemicals are used. Now we've decided to use clean processes, green chemistry. The water that our factory is using is mostly recycled. So yeah, those are all factors that impact the price. So yeah, there is definitely a factor to consider in that sense. Yeah, I hope this answers the question.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Someone else. Welcome, Fritz. We just finished our first round of questions, so maybe we can do one question with you if you are ready. We cannot hear you. Your microphone is out.
Now you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. You told me I can have a question. It's all right?
Yes, please.
It's your turn.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Just come in and have this chance. Thank you. So yeah, yesterday I was in the school and I'm so inspired from your circular economy idea of the mud jeans and bring this idea to young people, and it was a good start in education. So there was one question that comes up. It was the vintage question when you bring the jeans, send the jeans into a vintage store. Is this secondhand store your own store or is this a partner? And the second question would be, is there then a chance when then a buyer and some people buy a vintage jeans to bring it back into your circle? That two questions which I have.
So the vintage selling, it's something that's in development, I would say. So we have done this for a long time, where people indeed would return their old jeans to us, and we would make a split between garments that would not be wearable anymore and would go directly to recycling, and others that would still be possible to sell as vintage. We've done that for a while from our own office and from the small store that we had next to our office. We also did several events where we would be selling the vintage garments. We have been looking for ways to really put this into a process that is more stable and easier to work. So we are currently talking and investigating ways where we sort of operate as a platform where end consumers that want to resell their vintage jeans of mud jeans, they can do that via our platform, and in that way be connected to other consumers that want to buy vintage jeans. So that's one way we are looking at it. Because it's, as you can imagine, it's quite a labor and intensive operation to do this piece by piece. So we're looking at ways to do this differently. And yes, for sure, if this second or third customer wearing that pair of jeans finally has worn it down, it can be sent to us for processing into new jeans. That's definitely the case. Yeah.
So it works on the same way when it was really an old vintage jeans and we send it to you, then it would be for buying a new jeans with this 10 euros.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is maybe helpful, I would say.
Yeah, that incentive will
Incentive,
stay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But so it's still in, when I understand right, it's still in progress, the vintage platform or something like that.
Yeah, we're trying to optimize it to make it future proof, I would say. That's the objective that we have now, because it's a labor intensive process to do that all piece by piece.
I understand. Okay, thank you. Is one question more okay for you when I ask?
We're doing
more?
one question each, so we just finished the first round with you, and we start the second one now. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Absolute.
So, Annabelle, do you have one more question for Dion?
Yes, you said earlier on that you faced a lot of challenges. What were the main challenges that you faced when implementing the circular strategies?
So for sure, one was the cost. So like I indicated, the processes and the techniques, they're more costly. So that's something that we needed to overcome, and we needed to market at a higher price. At the same time, especially in the beginning, processing those fibers into new yarns gave us quality and aesthetic limitations, I would say. So especially at those days, the techniques were not that refined that we were able to make really yarns that are comparable to like conventional ways. We would have contamination of other fibers. We would have color issues, strength issues. So those were all challenges that we had to overcome in the beginning. And as time passes, we work together with the suppliers, and they improve their techniques. They find better ways of processing these fibers, and that thank God that's possible. But indeed, those were the issues that we encountered in the early days, I would say.
Thank you.
Next, Anubis.
I also had a question about policies, because I was wondering which policy measures support or hinder the implementation of circular business models that you use in your company.
Yeah, well, there's a lot going on, especially in the current European landscape. The last regulation is the ESPR, which is the Eco Design for Sustainable Product Regulation, which was drafted already in 2024, will be effective from 2027. And this really demands from fashion businesses lots of things to put in place. One of them is the digital product passport. So from 2027, all textile items put on the European market will need to have a physical identifier, like a QR code, which consumers can scan with their phones, and these need to lay out all the steps and places of production. So the supply chains really need to be clear now, and we need to know where everything is made and also what materials are. The product passport is only one of the 4 requirements. Another one is the minimum content of recycled content in all textile products. This would be minimum of 5%, which is still quite low. So the SPR is one of them, but also other regulations like the EPR, which is the extended producer responsibility. This, instead of eco design, is more about it's a packaging declaration. So, for example, what we have to do every year at the beginning of the year for all the European countries we sell in, we need to declare how much packaging we submitted with every purchase. So just to keep an eye on packaging, and of course, the more packaging you issue, the higher fee you'll have to pay. So it's also a way to incentivize businesses to use less packaging. So yeah, these are only 2, but also green deals. There's regulations about greenwashing. There's like quite a lot of big constellations of policies that are coming out, which is quite exciting because it motivates businesses to do better. And for us, I think it's quite easy because we were doing this anyway. But I think for bigger businesses might be a bit more challenging. Yeah, I hope that's clear. And yeah,
Yes, thank you.
no problem. Gabriela, I don't know if you have a question or you just wanna
Yeah, I don't.
answer me?
I don't have.
Yeah, that's okay. So, Katarina?
Yes, similar to my first question, this is maybe more opinion-based, but I wanted to ask if from your experience, either with mud jeans or with circular fashion as a whole, do you think it can reach consumers that are not already environmentally engaged? So someone who is less familiar with what circular fashion is or with sustainability as a whole, and is this sort of also accessible to them?
Yeah, I think maybe that's the goal, especially nowadays. Because yeah, it's quite easy, especially for us, to reach the consumers that are um, aware of sustainability issues. But of course, the ones that are not are a bit too more difficult to achieve, to reach because of our competition, of course. But I think our focus now at the beginning was really about sustainability and making a sustainable product. Now I think we're very confident in that, and I think now the focus is shifting on making a really good product, sustainability or not sustainability, so that we can also reach consumers that don't necessarily care about sustainability, but maybe they just care about wearing jeans that have a great fit. And because our jeans do have a great fit, now they can also buy them. But I think this is for us also like a current challenge we're facing. I don't know if Dion has to add anything to this.
No, it's true, like what you say, indeed. So the initial approach was to reach customers that have a sustainable mindset and they would match with our product. And right now we also try to compete with conventional denim brands purely on a product level, and then people hopefully find out in step 2 or 3 of their buying process that the jeans of mud jeans also have another factor that makes them stand out from the rest. So yeah, like you said, Paolo, true. Yeah.
Okay, Marilu?
Yes. Another question, which you more or less answered in the last part, was that there were more struggles to implement it internally to have like a product and a service model. So what do you think is, the aspect of your corporate culture which contributes most to the success of leasing and also selling jeans? And do you have to structure the organization differently because of the duality of these 2 business models?
No, not necessarily, to be honest. I mean, we have always been a small company, and in fact, we're still not a huge company. So we I mean, in the essence, the lease model, yeah, is an administrative way of processing things, and I would say the logistical side of it, of taking back old genes and processing that is also something that we from the beginning have worked on and has been part of our operation. So I wouldn't say that we had to yeah, set up new structures, or that it's impacted the company largely. I mean, not consciously, I would say, because we've always been doing it. So it has always been a part of our way of working. I hope that answers it. If not, do let me know.
Yeah, it did. I just wanted to know if there are specific corporate culture which also contributes to the success.
Maybe Paolo can answer that
Corporate
better than I
culture.
do.
I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, we're a company, but like, I think the word corporate is a bit heavy, I think, used on MAD, because we are a very small company, but we do adopt, for example, we're a B Corp. I don't know if you're aware with B Corp, but B Corp is a group of businesses, and B Corp stands, yeah, so businesses that do something for society at large, not just for our economical advantage. So they do issue, yeah, call it corporate philosophy handbooks and stuff like that. So we do adopt that, also call it, corporate culture measurements, or ethos. We do have our own, code of conduct. But yeah, once again, I think because like this is part of the values of the company, it also comes very natural to us. Like there's no big adjustments that need to be made for this. Yeah, I don't know if it's clear.
Yes, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. Fritz, if you have one more question.
Yeah, the question is in school, it would be great. I asked with a mail some months ago, but I try to ask here again to get maybe material which I can show to the students, like denim in the before it is in the washing process, or like the flocks when after the mechanical small making before it becomes to yarn. This is a very special material. I don't know if there's a chance just to get the grip to not to see only a photo of that in the school.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think also maybe in the slides that Dion presented, there were some, but like also, so you find my email in the chat. Also send me an email and I can send you some pictures.
That's great. That really
Yeah.
is great.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
No problem. So okay, if anybody has any more questions, you can just take the stage.
Is it possible to see the first half an hour after, to see the webinar after the webinar?
Yeah, so this session actually is being recorded and will be available on our YouTube page.
Okay, thank
So
you.
it will be on there, yeah.
Perfect.
May I ask another question?
Sure.
So which long-term social and cultural trends have influenced the decision to also adopt a leasing model in your business model?
That's been the upcoming desire and wish from some customers or some consumer groups to have products as a service. So to get away from really owning products to only using it and pay for the use of it, and that's been That's been something that's been going on, I think, for quite a while. It's maybe the momentum has decreased a little bit, but yeah, we've definitely tried to tag on to that trend in the what should I say, in the macro environment actually of Europe for sure, and it's not easy to apply that on garments, but yeah, it's we've done it, and it has worked. Let me put it like that. Yeah.
Super. Any more questions?
Yes, I have another question. So does Mud Jeans organize the activities such as recycling in the logistic itself, or are these outsourced to external partners, and why?
So the collecting is a cooperation between us and our logistics partner. So yeah, we facilitate it by giving the option on our website to choose for this returning your old jeans and providing discounts for it. By the time it comes to our logistical center, it's us that is organizing the transport to the parties that are doing the physical recycling. And from there onwards, it is outsourced, I would say. I mean, we do work in close relationship with these partners, but they have the equipment, they have the infrastructure to do that. And for us, in the volumes that we operate on, it would be impossible to do it ourselves because it requires quite a lot of equipment and investment to do that. So that's why we decide to do that with partners. And yeah, you have to maybe visualize that. For instance, the recycling itself, it's done by companies that do it on very large scale. And what makes it specific for us is that for us they use post-consumer, so old jeans, and they put it in those machines that they are using also, for instance, for other applications. So they might take back bed linen from hotels and process that into fibers, and those fibers are not necessarily always used for new garments. Those fibers can also be used for insulation or other things. But so we do use their infrastructure, but we use it for our specific way of recycling, actually. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, thank you.
Anyone else? Well, if there's no more questions, I think that's all. Thanks everyone for joining. And yes, the session will be available on our YouTube channel, so you can go back and rewatch it. Have a lovely day, everybody, and goodbye.
Thanks for your
Bye-bye.
interest.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.